Good evening, everyone. This is Atticus from The Complete Trade, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Coinbase stock. So, the big news this week was BlackRock filing for an Ethereum ETF, where BlackRock yet again chose Coinbase to be its custodian. So, what is a Bitcoin or Ethereum custodian? Well, a custodian is responsible for the secure storage responsibilities to safeguard the private keys associated with both Bitcoin and Ethereum holdings, as well as implementing risk management strategies to protect those digital assets from hacking or fraud. Now, the interesting aspect about BlackRock choosing Coinbase to be its custodian is that I'm curious as to if other asset management companies like JP Morgan and Chase and Goldman Sachs will follow BlackRock's footsteps. Now, Jamie Dimon, who was the CEO of JP Morgan and Chase, is a notorious Bitcoin hater. But if clients at JP Morgan and Chase want exposure to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, JP Morgan and Chase has to comply with their customer requests or they risk losing their clients over to BlackRock and Fidelity. It's really a domino effect, putting it simply. Regardless of how the executives at these asset management companies feel about cryptocurrencies, most of them will have to apply for Bitcoin ETFs sooner or later to keep up with their competitors. Let's be honest here, we haven't seen anywhere close to people FOMOing into cryptocurrencies. Last week, we took a look at Coinbase's Q3 earnings report. Well, this week, Robinhood reported Q3 earnings, and guess what? Very similar to Coinbase, Robinhood's transactional based revenue from cryptocurrencies have crashed by 55%. We've been saying on this channel time and time again that most people are ill positioned in crypto. Most people don't own any crypto and are just sitting on the sidelines. Most people right now are scratching their heads, getting on their knees, and blowing Jerome Powell, hoping he crashes the markets for them. If you're new to cryptocurrencies, just be patient, know where you are in the cryptocurrency market cycle, and most importantly, stay the course. Okay, so let's get into the technicals here. Last week we talked about the bullish engulfing candle on the 2-week time frame that increased the probability of bullish price action. And well, not only did we get some bullish price action, but Coinbase stock this week also closed above all of its key daily and weekly moving averages for the first time in the stock's history, which is bullish. Now, not all is exactly rosy here. If we go down to the daily time frame, we can see a daily gravestone doji with a fairly large gap to fill towards the downside. Now notice the 3 prior gravestone dojis / shooting star candles. All 3 led to a retest of our blue Fibonacci retracement support area. This time, however, notice the placement of the moving averages. We've often spoken about how moving averages often serve as liquidity points for potential reversals. And today, the 20, 50, and 100 daily moving averages are curling up towards the automatic rally resistance level at $83.32. So if Bitcoin does sneeze to the downside soon, I believe the automatic rally resistance level at $83.32 will flip from major resistance into major support. Now, obviously, a lot of what's going to happen to Coinbase stock in the short term is very dependent on the price of Bitcoin. But here at The Complete Trade, we're not short-term focused. We're focusing on the bigger picture that Coinbase stock is trading in Wycoff accumulation in either phase C or D. And currently, we're looking for an SOS, which stands for sign of strength. An early indication we are seeing sign of strength is tagging the last Wyckoff resistance level at $116.30. We're not short-term traders here at The Complete Trade, and our primary expectation for Coinbase stock in the long term is higher prices, much higher prices. Okay, so taking a look at some indicators, specifically the RSI, the MACD, and the Volatility Expansion Index, we can see that the hidden bullish divergence on the weekly RSI is finally starting to play out, where the price of Coinbase stock formed a higher low, but the weekly RSI printed a lower low. This is bullish. Additionally, the weekly RSI is also above its yellow moving average, which is also bullish. Now, moving into the MACD, we have a weekly bullish cross, which is, well, obviously bullish. And finally, taking a look at the Volatility Expansion Index. Listen, I know if you've been a Coinbase shareholder for the last few years that you're in a lot of pain because Coinbase stock has had a lot of volatility, just in the wrong direction. This time, however, Coinbase stock just got a weekly cross on the Volatility Expansion Index towards the upside. Last time this happened was back in July of this year, and Coinbase stock almost tripled. Let's see if history can repeat itself. Okay, so we'll close things off by going back in history, back to August 5th, 2011, which was the exact date where the S&P cut the United States credit rating from AAA to AA+. Notice that this rating downgrade pretty much marked the bottom before the S&P 500 proceeded to go on a decade-long bull market where the S&P 500 went up over 300%. Don't fall for these mental gymnastics. The fact that Jerome Powell sounds bearish and everyone sounds bearish is a great indication we are on the verge of a substantial bull market. Ignore the media's coverage on Moody's outlook downgrade. Just because someone puts on a suit and tie and has a good command of the English language doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Never listen to the media for financial advice. Focus on the facts, focus on the stats, and most importantly, focus on the technicals. Okay, so that's my analysis on Coinbase stock for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.